Coach, what's the biggest advantage of having a high caliber matchup like this be your first game of the season?
Strength of schedule. I mean, get to play a quality opponent right off the get-go, and when you get into conference play, you're battle tested, probably better than a team that maybe doesn't play that kind of matchup. Find out more about your team. It's great for the fans. You know, that's the advantage. Great for recruiting, exposure.
Kirby, how has practice been so far this week?
It's been good. Been spirited. The guys have been good.
Yeah, Coach, when we spoke to Carson yesterday, I asked him to kind of identify what he thinks of Clemson's defense and their identity is. He mentioned they're a team who likes to bring a lot of pressure and play a bunch of man coverage. What would be the recipe to having success against a defense that plays that style?
What would be the recipe?
The recipe for success offensively to have success.
Well, don't get in situations that they're going to attack you and play man in. I mean, the best thing to do is get first downs before third down. They do a tremendous job on third down. They do a tremendous job of disguising coverages. They're very multiple in their fronts. They're aggressive. They tackle well. I mean, a lot of their defense reminds me of ours. I mean, they're physical. They got well coached situationally in games. They know what they're doing. You can't say they're going to do this. You can't predict what they're going to do a lot of times. And I think good defenses aren't predictable. They're good. So when you say how to attack them, I mean, well, you need to be able to run the ball. You know, you need to be able to control the line of scrimmage. A running game is a quarterback's best friend for sure. But you know, you got to keep them off balance, and you got to win one-on-one battles.
Hey, Coach, what's kind of been the advantages for all to be able to have your analysts and other staff on the field and go coaching during practice?
Well, I think you're able to do a little more in terms of walkthroughs for us. We do multiple walkthroughs. We try to coach our younger players at a different pace because we have someone that can be assigned to them. It's probably been a bigger advantage through camp, like practice 1 to 16 or 1 to 20, whatever it was, and then when you get into game week, it's not as big an advantage because you're focused on the guys that are going to be playing. But we're trying to bring the bottom half of our roster to the top half of our roster, and I think the more analysts helps do that. It helps do that. And I'm glad the NCAA did it because it gives more guys an opportunity to coach.
Yeah, what have you seen KJ Dalton throughout fall camp, and where is he sort of mentally going into this first game?
We missed some time, and that probably set him back some. He was there was about a 4 or 5 day spell there in camp where he didn't get to practice, but I guess he's been back for about 8 or 9 practices now, and he's sharp, very intelligent, very coachable kid, good athlete. You know, I mean, he hasn't played major college football. He's played major level of high school football. He's played at the highest level, but he's an intelligent kid. I think he'll respond well, and when his number called on, if he gets called on, he'll be ready to play.
Kirby, with the helmet communications, obviously the quarterbacks will wear that on offense, but defensively, who's going to be wearing that, and what benefit do you think it brings to that side of the ball?
Yeah, we've got about 7 or 8 guys that'll probably have it available, and you know, can't one guy have it on at a time. So there'll be multiple helmets, and different people will have the ability to have it. The benefit of having it is just communication to 15 seconds. It's probably not as big as people think it is.
Kirby, what do you need to see from your secondary on Saturday?
Tackle well, do their job, compete. They're not going to win every battle. Not the positions you put guys in secondary, and they got good wideouts, got a good quarterback. Just want to see them be resilient. I want to see a response time to positive and negative things that's really quick.
Yeah, Coach, you always mentioned that you think offensive line is probably the toughest position to play as a true freshman in this conference and in this league. What would you deem, apart from special teams, might be the easiest position to get on the field early for young talented players?
Corner, running back, those are spots that I think typically guys can get out there. Receiver, we've had a lot of freshman receivers play and contribute. A lot of freshman running backs play and contribute. We've had a few corners play and contribute. A specialty pass rusher can play and contribute, but some of those positions inside or in the interior line are, it's not that you can't because of the mental, it's you can't because of the physical. They're just stronger and been in a weight program longer than you.
Kirby, I know, some sort of injury availability report system's been talked about a lot. I know that this week wouldn't have it, but what's your sense of, where that is and what's your kind of general opinion on how it should go?
My only opinion on where it is what I've been told, which is the conference games will have it. And the second part of that is, what is my general opinion about what?
About it, what do you think about it?
I'm great with it as long as we're all doing it. I have no issue with it. I don't think, I mean, Ron's gonna be in charge of it for me. I don't look at it as because I think, they're gonna tie fines and things to it and all that. I just wanna say, can the guy play or not? And if it's a game time decision, he goes out there and works out, he can't, then he can't, and I think everybody's trying to make this big deal about deception or like misleading. I mean, if I don't know if a guy can play, then I gotta find out before the game. If he can play, then he's gonna go out there and play. But I mean, we've had countless numbers of guys that have gone out before the game to work out to find out if they can play or not. And we'll abide by the rules they give us. It's the same as the NFL's. So they've done it for years, and it keeps the pressure off of our kids for people reaching out to them, trying to get information for betting sites and trying to gain information. There is no gain if you've got accurate information. So protects our kids. I'm for it.
Kirby, getting down in the weeds on special teams, what's it look like for you at kickoff specialist, long snapper, returner? I know you brought in some transfers in some of these spots.
Yeah, they're competing for that day by day, right up until the end. Peyton's done a great job. Ham Kid's done a great job kicking off with field goals, the transfer we got, and both those guys have done a tremendous job. Peyton will be doing our field goal kicking. Kickoff is probably still to be determined. In terms of long snapping, we've got 3 really good long snappers who have all snapped, and a couple of them snapped in games, and we'll see how that plays out, whether it's different for field goal and punt. Is that the 3 you're talking about?
And returners also.
Yeah, we've got multiple guys back there, Malachi, Anthony, Sokobi, Mike Jackson, Cash has been back there on kickoff, Dylan Bell's been back there on kickoff, ETN does kickoff, so we've got a lot of guys that do the KOR, and we'll decide closer to the game based on the scheme, which guys we put back there.
Coach, you talked a few times about Cash and how people outside the building here may kind of overlook him a little bit. I was wondering, when he first got here, you brought him in as a walk-on. Was there like an eye-opening moment for you to kind of let you know, like, hey, this kid may be more than what we thought?
Yeah, I can't remember it. I mean, I don't know that it was the first year. I do remember Dale coming to me and telling me he had a kid from Texas that wanted to walk on, and I had not met him, and he came in, and man, what a awesome kid he's been in our program. And the wow moments for me are the first moments I remember are the second spring when he was getting a lot of reps in spring practice and made a lot of plays. Got unbelievable toughness. His ability to run in between the tackles has been really good. I think he's hard to see back there. He's tough. He runs our runs the exact way we want to in terms of who we read on inside, outside zone, and he does a lot of really good things. And I'm excited for the kind of the build-up he's had. He's waited his turn, and he's helped us this. I mean, he's done a dominant job on special teams. So I love seeing him compete on special teams. He'll continue to do that, but he also gets lots of opportunities at running back as well.
Yeah, for a guy who's already accomplished a lot in his career, what do you want to see on Malachi starting on Saturday?
Just leadership. I mean, Malachi's going to play like he practiced today, I hope, which is toughness, great eyes, really good athlete, playmaker on the ball. I mean, he's a good football player, and I don't want to see anything necessarily out of him. I just want to see him do what he does every day at practice.
Any more questions for Coach?
Getting back to the return game, punt return game just a little bit. Anthony, I remember in the SEC championship, he had a really nice return against Alabama. We've seen the same kind of flashing in that regard in practice so far this fall.
Yeah, I think that was a little different circumstance than just a normal punt return, but he's done good things with the ball. He's been a good decision maker. He's called a lot of punts. So has Jacoby, Malachi, Mike Jackson, Dom. They've all done a really good job back there in terms of getting reps. But Anthony is explosive, quick, tough, stick his nose in there, and does a good job. So I'm excited to see him play the wide receiver position.
Thank you, Coach.